Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Hannah, for those of you who didn't know that. And today I am doing my May wrap-up. So I read 6 books in May, and that is not really bad because I have been in like a weird reading mood, if I am to be completely honest. Yeah, I were in a really weird mood and I kind of didn't feel like reading. And when I read something, it kind of got all wrong. So I got through 6 books, and that is amazing. Next month might be even longer. But yeah, let's get started. So the first book I read, I'm going to go from when I read them, like first to last. And that was for Scallywagathon. That was the first book I read. And that was Winter of the Crystal Dances by Angela Dorsey. So this is a horse book I have had for years and years and years and years, from I was really little. And basically it's about a girl called Evie. Or Evie, I think. And she understands horses and she can talk to them through her mind. And she don't know if that is bad or good, because it really creates trouble for her. So basically it's winter. And she wants to save these wild horses because they don't have anything to eat. So she wants to help them because they get all the way through her and her mother's cabin. So she really wants to help them. But basically this is like a chain events that really gets, it's going to change her life forever. So I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I actually really enjoyed it. It is a series, so it definitely ends, you get like all the answers that you need, but you know that it's more to the story. And I don't remember how many it is. I think it's like 12 or something. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book, and I can't wait to keep on going with it. And yeah, the next book I read was Insurgent by Veronica Roth. And I ended up giving this 4 out of 5 stars. So this is the sequel to The Divergent. And I can't really tell what this book is about. It follows like not too long after The Divergent ended. But basically, Divergent is about a girl called Triss. And Triss is something called Divergent, and that is basically a person who doesn't fit into the 5 factions that the society have. She fits to more than one, and that makes her a threat to the system because she really takes own decisions from different kind of factions. And basically Triss chooses one of the factions called Dauntless. And Dauntless is the brave ones. And basically it can be really dangerous for her if anyone figures out what she is. And in the Divergent, she might not be as safe as she might have hoped. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book. I feel like it is like some parts that are really slow, but some of the things really picks up. What I don't like, what really pulled it all down, was the fighting. I mean, the main character, Triss, she's really like, oh, you don't want me to do that. I say I won't do it, but then I do it anyways in the end, without actually thinking about the consequences. She just jumps into it and not thinking about anything. And that can be kind of dangerous for her. So that really, I thought that pulled it down. But I like the writing, I like the plot, and I like that you kind of explore the other factions of how they are. So you actually get to see like more than just Dauntless, or more than Abnegation, where she came from. You actually get to see the other factions like Amity, and you get to see Candor. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book. The next book I read was 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, and I gave these 4 out of 5 stars. And I said earlier that I needed to explain why I gave it 4 stars, because a lot of people hate this book. But I feel like kind of it's like this TV show that has really like gotten this a lot of hate, because a lot of people have had bad things, have done bad things because of this book, or because of the TV show. I personally, I don't really like how the suicide is like justified, because how, like, yeah, really justified because she just felt like it. I feel like throughout these tapes you really like get to see how things really turned around for Hannah. That's actually kind of weird to say, but yeah, how things turned around when it really turned around, how the people kind of got her on the thought of it, because like if one person says something bad, then you kind of don't, then you wouldn't have understood it. But I feel like this book kind of explains that what you say and what you do might trigger something bad for a person, makes them really question things. So what you say and what you do, if it's really the bad way, that might not end up being really, really good. Because what you say and what you do, people will listen to you. And when enough people say the same things, you kind of feel like you think, is it really true what everyone says? Even though it might not be true. And rumors really destroys things. I mean, like one feather gets to 10 hens or 10 chickens, and you just feel like that one good person in here might not justify what all the other 11 people did. And I mean, I don't justify her decision. I don't feel like it's okay to take your own life just because people are mean to you. But I feel like this book is kind of more of what you say and what you do might end up doing something for a person that makes them really question life. That is kind of my thought. So yeah, I don't like enjoy hearing that Hannah ended her life because she didn't feel like she had a way out. I feel like it's more of what you say and what you do, as I have said like a million times now. I feel like that is more. I feel like the Netflix show kind of doesn't explain it in the same way as when you like read it, and you kind of can read it as slow as so you can like think about what lays behind. If you kind of get me, I mean, I can really think deep and low about what a book is about. And some people are like, you read it and you don't like it, and then you just, yeah, I don't like it. I feel like when I especially read these kind of books, I think much deeper and think about what can that mean. So yeah. The next book I read was Yona of the Dawn by Michiru Kusanagi. And this is volume 2. I read volume 1 like last year, and I ended giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it as much as I loved the first one. And basically I can't explain what this particular volume is about, but basically we are following Princess Yona. And she lives the ideal life, being a princess of a castle, of a kingdom, and she lives in a castle. And she is the only daughter of the king. She's protected by the faithful guard named Hawk. And yeah, everything changes when her father on her 16th birthday dies, and she must run for her life because the person behind the murder wants the throne. So she runs for her life with Hawk. And yeah, this is a manga. It's like black and white, but I really love the art on it. And I really like that throughout this book you kind of get like a note from like the author saying different things, and I really enjoy that. I love the pictures, I love the art. Even though it's black and white, I can really like see what's happening, and yeah, I really enjoy this, and I can't wait to read the next one when I get them. I mean, it's like 19 volumes out and still counting, so it's gonna take some time. And that was all the books I read for Scallywagathon. I completed the route I was going to take. And then I read 2 other books in like 2 or 3 weeks. So I kind of got in a reading slump because I read so much, and I'm hoping that's not gonna happen this month. But yeah. The first book I read that week was Gemini by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. And this is the continuation of Illuminae, and they are, I wouldn't say companions, because I feel like you have to read the first volume to get this book. But so the main characters in book 1 is in this book too, but really like not that much as it was in the first book. So here we are following 2 completely different characters. And basically we are following Nick and Hannah. And Hannah is the captain's daughter. And Nick, he is a member of a family, of a crime family. So basically they are 2 totally different persons. And yeah, basically what happens is that they have no clue that the Hypatia is on their way to their place where they are at the station Heimdall. And all of a sudden a group of predators get into the station because they want to wipe it out and wipe the Hypatia out because of what they know. So basically they must defend their homes and really save both themselves, the people on Heimdall, and Hypatia itself. And basically Hannah and Nick needs to really cooperate. Yeah, they must save their station, and they want to save other people's lives. So that's all I will say about this. And I'm going to say read it because I loved it. 5 out of 5 stars, of course. I love Hannah and I love Nick, especially Nick. I didn't remember how much I actually liked Nick until I read this again. So yeah, I really love like the format it's written in, and like different, yeah, like mails, messages, voicemails and things like that, and it's really good on audiobook. I would recommend listening to this one on audio, definitely. And the last book I just finished, and that's really recently, I read Descendant of the Crane by Joan He. And I gave it 4 stars. And basically we are following, is it Hesina? Yeah, Princess Hesina. And basically she begins her rule when her father mysteriously dies. And she opens up an investigation because she don't think he died of natural causes. Basically, they at court want to blame the neighboring country called Candia. And basically Hesina doesn't think that they killed her. They think it's someone close to him. So basically, to figure it out, she needs an investigator and a little help in court. So basically, first she goes to Sooth to figure out how to find the right person. And a Sooth is a person that basically these people kind of ban because they don't like them and because they are like these magical people. Not like magical, but they can do magical things. And basically that is treason in this country because it's forbidden to use it. But the Sooth sees a boy, and that boy is Akira. And he is a convicted felon, he has been convicted with crimes. So basically, Hasina must find her father's killer and not jeopardizing her rule. Because if it's figured out that she talks to Sooth, is death by 1,000 cuts. So basically, she must try to figure out what to do. Can she find justice for her father, or will the cost be too high? So basically, I'm going to say that around 2/3 of this book, I thought it was going to be a 3 stars. I really struggled to get through it. And yeah, I found it kind of hard to get through and get into everything. But then the last 1/3 I loved. So basically, I kind of got into it when things were starting to get wrapped up and we were kind of figuring out who the killer was and what his motives was. That's when I got really invested in the story. And yeah, what I didn't kind of like was the slow beginning. But it's said to be a standalone, but there are a lot of things that kind of aren't clear at all. And I know that there will be companion novels and things like that, but we definitely need more from this universe because everything is not wrapped up. You have a few of things figured out, but not everything. So yeah, I really enjoyed it overall. So yeah, that was all the books that I read in May. Oy. So yeah, that was it for this wrap up. If you think it's long, then you definitely should think about next month. But yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more videos and follow me on all of my social media. All the links are down in the description down below. I always say that. Down in the description below. And I will see you next time. Bye!